Hi, this is Michal Diet, and welcome to my channel about my non-monogamous lifestyle. I decided to live non-monogamously 7 years ago, and since then I've been having multiple relationships with attractive women who know that I'm non-monogamous and that they share me with other women without any problems, without drama, and also without cheating. I'm gonna share some tips and useful information about this kind of living, about this kind of relationships, and you can use it in your own life if you are interested in non-monogamy, if you want to live as a free man who has sexual variety in his life, multiple attractive women who know that you are non-monogamous. Today in this video I'm gonna talk about two main reasons why I decided to live in this way. The first main reason: 7 years ago I realized that actually I prefer sexual variety. I'm not a supporter of huge male promiscuity. I'm not sexually promiscuous. I don't need to have hundreds and hundreds of sexual partners in my life. I don't need to have a new sexual partner every day or every week. It's not necessary for me. I'm not a supporter of huge promiscuity, but I like certain extent of variety. And also I realized that even if I have a great girlfriend who is very compatible and complementary to me, one day will come when she says no me, when I want to have sex and she does not want, which is absolutely normal. I don't criticize that. It's completely okay. I just realized that men and women are simply different. Male sexuality is different than female. Female sexuality is more cyclic. To put it in a simple way, women are horny when they are horny. On the other hand, guys are generally more horny and they are horny all the time. Of course, I have also some other stuff in my life than sex. I have my life mission, I have my business, I have my self-development, I have sport. I'm a huge fan of Muay Thai, for example, and so on. I have my friends, my projects, but also I'm interested in sex. And my preferable sexual frequency nowadays, when I'm 44 years old, is about 3 times a week. And I knew that if I have a girlfriend, maybe at the beginning of the relationship, we'll have hot sex, maybe every day or every other day. But at the end, because female sexuality is different, one day she will say, no, I don't want to have sex. And then if this happens in a monogamous relationship, the guy is simply in involuntary celibate. He's basically incel. There are two main solutions for this situation. The first one, A, is cheating. Cheating, in my opinion, I'm absolutely sure about it, cheating is not a good solution because it's future drama. If you lie in a relationship, the woman will probably find out in 1 week, in 2 months, in 1 year, and there will be an explosion of drama, breakup, maybe divorce, and so on. And I also don't like lying because it's a non-masculine behavior. If you lie, it means that you are lazy or maybe you are scared, which are not masculine traits. I don't like to be lazy. I don't like to be lazy or scared. So that's why I refuse to cheat. I don't want to cheat, and cheating is not an option for me. The second solution is masturbation, pornography, and so on, which in my opinion is very beta. I simply don't want to masturbate. I don't think that pornography is healthy for men. In a certain extent, maybe it's good for young guys to get some inspiration, but as an adult man, I don't want to masturbate on pornography. I believe it programs your brain in a certain unhealthy way. This is not the topic of this video, but I don't want to masturbate on pornography. So basically for me, there is no other option in monogamy, and actually that's why this is the first main reason why I decided to become non-monogamous, to have so-called open relationships, because I was and I am absolutely sure that no matter how sexually compatible we are with a woman, one day will come when she says no to me. Now I've been living in a serious relationship with my girlfriend Evelina for 4 years. We'll be starting 5th year very soon in 1 month. And I need to say it works perfectly, actually. I don't push her to have sex with me. When I'm horny, I have sex with some other women. With my girlfriend, we are very sexually compatible. We have great sex. Even after 4 years, our sexual life is great, which is not normal, which is not standard, of course. How many people do you know who have great sex with each other after 4 years of relationship? And I'm absolutely sure that one of the main reasons is that I don't push my girlfriend to have sex when she doesn't feel like having sex. I'm totally relaxed. I'm self-confident. I don't ask her. I'm not needy. I'm not needy. I don't ask her hard. Please have sex with me and so on. And that's why our relationship and our sexual life is perfect after almost 4 years of the relationship. Now, the second reason why I decided to be non-monogamous. It's called Coolidge effect. Maybe you've heard about it. It simply means that men find new sexual partners more attractive. It's actually our biology. It's our psychology, sexuality. It's completely normal. Probably nature pushes us to find more variety in sexual life, to actually increase the probability that our genes will survive in the future. So the fact is that sooner or later, I knew that I will prefer having sex with another woman. If you have never heard the story about Coolidge effect, I will tell you the story very briefly. It's a story about American president whose name is or was Coolidge. One day he was visiting a farm with his wife, with the first lady, and they walked around the farm separately. And Mrs. Coolidge talked to a farmer when she saw a rooster in the farm having sex with a hen, and she probably felt a little bit embarrassed, so she asked the farmer, does he do that very, very often? And the farmer replied, oh yeah, of course, he is very, very sexual potent. He does it maybe 6 or 7 times a day. And the first lady replied in a joking way, oh, okay, interesting, so don't forget to tell this to Mr. President. Then President Coolidge came to a farmer, and the farmer told him later, here, he's the rooster, and the first lady asked me to tell you that he usually has sex maybe 6 or 7 times a day. And the president thought about it for a second, and then he replied, he asked, does he have sex with the same hen every time? And the farmer said, no. Of course, he has a herd of hens to have sex with. He's the rooster. And the president smiled and he said, don't forget to tell this to the first lady. So Coolidge effect means that usually, thanks to habituation, male sexual interest decreases with time when we are talking about the sexual relationship with one woman. Usually, men are more interested in having sex, and they feel like having sex more with novel sexual partners. It's in our biology. So 7 years ago, I was totally sure. I realized that one day, no matter how pretty, how sexual compatible, how nice my girlfriend is, I will probably want to have sex with another woman. As I said, I'm not a supporter or a fan of huge male promiscuity, but I knew about the Coolidge effect, and I was sure, one day probably I will want to have sex with another beautiful lady. And because I don't want to cheat, I don't want to lie, I want to be totally authentic in my life and in my relationships, I decided that I will live in open relationships where I'm totally honest, where I'm totally open, I don't need to lie, and I live as a strong, self-confident man. It works great. Women in my life accept this. If the woman doesn't like that, she can leave, of course. I'm not pushy, I don't ask her to stay. I'm diplomatic, of course. And my girlfriend accepts this. She is kind of fond of that I don't lie, that I'm a strong man, that I don't lie, I don't cheat, and I believe she appreciates that because she is a self-confident woman. Maybe one day I will invite her to a podcast on this channel. So you will meet her. She is self-confident, she's smart, she's very educated, and she's a nice person. And I believe that she's satisfied in the relationship with me. Otherwise, she wouldn't stay with me for 4 years. So these were two main reasons why I decided to live in non-monogamous lifestyle. Think about it. Make your own opinion, make your own ideas. You can get inspired. This channel is for self-confident, strong men who want to work on themselves, who are fans of male self-improvement. They want to live in an authentic, strong way. They don't want to cheat, they don't want to lie, and then they want to have multiple attractive women in their lives in sexual or romantic sexual relationships without cheating, without drama, without dramatic breakups, and so on. So, click on subscribe, give me a thumb up, and if you have any questions, just put them to the comments, and I will check them out and reply. If I know the answer, I will reply to you. So that's it for today. Have a nice day and see ya.